Very nice.
Yes.
I'm considering to become Christian.
Are you?
Yeah.
Why?
And do Christian art.
Why?
It looks like it's a good business. Making some sculptures, you know.
Yes.
You can sell atheistic sculptures.
Yes.
Yeah. Che Guevara is almost done and sold everywhere.
Yeah, but you can make some good T-shirts.
Yeah.
But you were impressed.
Yeah, he as an artist, he have some heavy thoughts about his work. It's not just, oh, I'm gonna make a sculpture. But I don't know if it comes from the belief in him, or he have found out, oh, the people who believe like this kind of work.
So
It
you.
was also interesting, like, to find out how, when did he decide to become a church artist? Because it seems so, at some point, the Trinity and the Spirit and the Holy Spirit and the Father and the Son is the main theme, and then it continues being the main theme. And we never discovered.
Minimal art there, but suddenly, yeah.
We never
I was a bit
discovered.
surprised.
When was the switch? You know, when did he
Yeah.
decide to move to the church to become almost like a church artist only?
It's like
Well,
George Bush.
Well, it reminds me. Yeah, right. It reminds me of failed songwriters who end up writing songs for
Johnny Cash.
Christian record labels.
Yeah.
It was a little no, because then it's you've got a market. That's a steady market, and people will buy because it's Christian, right? So he's not exposed to the same market forces that you mentioned that atheist art doesn't sell. Atheist art's really exposed to the market forces. Christian art is exposed to very much more comfortable surroundings.
I should reconsider my strategy.
It's stable. It's stable.
It's
yeah.
stable, and of course, if you go to another country, then I mean, if you're a Buddhist artist, then you could probably sell well in Thailand or
But
Burma
it's
or
also
something.
it's also the repetition. It's about the whole kind of tradition, the annual tradition of in the church. That
Of course.
You know, now he talked about Pinse and the Easter, and there is Pinse and Easter next year again and again, and
Yes.
it somehow doesn't require a development when it comes to the research or to. Somehow finding out new things, or
So it's like
going- it's
what's
just-
this year's Christmas decorations, or
this
year's,
this is why it's so stable, I think.
yes.
But he was experimenting a bit, I think. I mean, there was a lot of different kind of stuff he made. I mean,
That's
just
right.
But
very
nothing
different.
shocked you, or you
No,
were-
I'm afraid I wasn't shocked. I was hoping to be a little bit shocked, but I was a little bit bored.
The last one was Kierkegaard
Yeah.
as a sculpture was a good one.
So you were more inspired or impressed, or
Yeah, but he said something. I don't know if you get it. He said he made it of scum. What to call it?
yes, cum,
Yeah.
mus.
Yeah, and it was. But he was a man. I don't know if you got what he meant about it, because it's the same material they make dildos of. Yeah. If you understand Danish
Danish humor? No, I don't.
Yeah. You don't. I do. I love Danish humor. He had something about it, and there was some people who was.
Yeah.
But we are in a church, so don't speak loud about it. Yeah.
But the funny thing for me was also, I mean, in a way, if you experience him in that church, 70-year-old or what he is, it's the same kind of show like Jonathan Wiese with 40. It's just a different aesthetic, yeah? It's
Exactly.
just some guy who has a weird system in his art, and which produces some artwork which fits to the system.
Yeah.
And
So we can learn from this guy.
Maybe we can learn. Yeah. I don't know if in other religions, like let's say I am born in a Muslim society background, and I think Salim he know more about, because he's a calligrapher, and it's a kind of religious art, isn't it, Salim?
It's the main
But
religious,
not in sculpturing.
religion art.
They don't use sculpturing. In,
No, because sculpturing as in Islam is forbidden, or
Then
don't like
it would
it,
be more like mosaic or.
and that's why
Yeah.
they use
Mosaic,
the mosaic
calligraphy,
and the
like in Granada.
calligraphy.
So Salim, you should think about it. you could do a lot of stuff for
For
decorating mosques. Yeah,
I hope.
yeah. But
So-
you have to think like he thinks, you know.
So actually, you didn't speak about spirituality or religion. You just speak that this is good business.
Well, I had a little bit of a point about that, which was that I kind of agree that Thomas is the most interesting figure in the Christian story, and what most of the Christians overlook the fact Thomas puts his finger in the wound. So Jesus is alive. He's a man. He's not a ghost. He's not a ghost wandering around. I think a lot of Christians overlook this point. They open the tomb. There's no body. And you can have all kinds of fantasies about what happens to the body. But when the rest of the story then says, there he is, somebody sticks his finger in the hole, he's so clearly survived the crucifixion. This is my interpretation of the story. And the Christians don't want to go there because that threatens the whole theology of it, that he's somehow risen again. No, maybe he survived the crucifixion, and that's why he got out, and that's why he's got a wound that somebody can stick their finger in. And there's all kinds of different dogmas about how long Jesus was alive before he ultimately went up to heaven. And there's also the heresies that say that actually he went eastwards and ended up in India and Kashmir, and there's a tomb in Kashmir where you can go and visit Jesus' tomb, or Isus's tomb, or whatever his name is. So I thought that he was onto the right stuff. He was interested in the right material. And then the other thing is that I'm interested in, I mentioned earlier on that I'm a spiritual atheist. And I think you can approach spiritual questions as an atheist by considering questions of presence and non-presence. Like something is there, something is not there. And this is what the whole body being there or not being there is all about. Or there's the hole that you put your finger in. The hole is also a kind of echo of the empty tomb, blah, blah, blah. So you have this thing about absence and presence. So he was kind of skirting around these nice ideas, really interesting ideas that really could lead us to some really interesting, I believe, universal spiritual, I say this as an atheist, universal spiritual revelations. But somehow he was sort of trapped in his Christian way of thinking about things,
very
right?
enclosed world.
And didn't want to go outside that. Didn't want to worry about, maybe there could be another interpretation.
Everything was that's so weird. Everything was so logical connected to him.
It was a little bit too safe.
Everybody could see in a way it's just a construction.
Yeah, a little
and
bit.
that was so weird that he presented it as some kind of truth,
Yes.
without shame.
Yes, a tidy tautology.
Yeah, but there is an interesting point there. But I think exactly because it's so difficult to define this idea of what is the Holy Spirit and these abstract things in a religion, in a Christianity. This is why he keeps talking about that, because it is something that doesn't have an end. You cannot. There is no explanation, a final explanation. So he can keep, producing a lot of artworks around the same theme.
Right. It's like blues musicians; they can always just keep rearranging those chords and coming up with new forms.
Yeah, it's perfect topic.
Yes.
To approach as an artist.
Yes.
And every time it's
fertile.
Yeah, exactly.
It's the spiral he talks about.
Yeah.